There's one easy maintenance item that I think is the most overlooked, but can save you tens of thousands of dollars in water damage. I'm going to show you what it is and how to take care of that. As a appliance repairman, I see this almost every day. It's getting to the point that I check this on every service call that I go on. What it is your washer hoses. I went out on a service call the other day and she was complaining that she wasn't getting any water into her washer. First thing I do, obviously, is check to make sure the water is on. Just common sense, right? This is the condition, I don't know if you can see that, of one of the hoses. This was screwed in to the water valve in the wall. And as soon as I looked at it, I turned the water off and said, well, whether it's the hoses or the valve in the wall or whatever, these need to be replaced. And I asked her how old the washer was. She said 4 years. Now, typically when you install a new washer, you're going to install new hoses, but apparently they didn't. I can't stress this enough. When you buy a new washer, you have to put new hoses on them. They're not trying to get an extra $10 or $20 out of you. That's what you do. You have to replace them. The rule is every 4 years. If you use rubber hoses. I know that seems like way too soon, right? Especially since you consider you use your garden hoses. They're rubber and they last, sometimes 10 years. The difference is these are under pressure the whole time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They're under pressure. I don't recommend using these anymore unless you're really hurting for money. When I install hoses on a job, I use these braided steel ones. This one's actually pretty long. It's about 6 feet, but you can get them for 4 feet. 4-foot ones are like $20 for a set. They're not extremely expensive. These are braided steel. The inside is PEX. They're burst resistant. They can handle up to 1500 PSI. An average house is at 50 to 60 PSI, so you can see that they're not ever going to burst. It's also a PEX, which is the same stuff they use to plumb houses now. It's not going to wear out from the inside like you would on a rubber hose. I'm going to show you how to install them properly because 90% of the time I go, these hoses are not installed properly. It's totally simple. And this is a 5-minute fix. So it's totally simple, but you have to know. If you're not a plumber, you don't know. So this is a machine that I just have in my driveway I've been working on. I'm that guy that you walk out and that I've got a washing machine in my front yard. I'm that guy. So you've got your cold and your hot. You got your cold and your hot on your wall. 90% of the ones I come across, people Teflon this. That is incorrect. You do not Teflon. Plastic is not Teflon. These hoses are like your garden hose. They have a little washer in there. You just screw it on like you would a garden hose. It's the same. They don't come with these. They're not inside of these when you buy them new. So you got to put them in there and you just hand tighten it. You just put it on and that's why you use your hands. These pliers are channel lock. Some people call them water pump pliers, depending on what profession you're in. I'd use 8-inch slip joint pliers will also fit this perfect. But you just want to use something that grabs these. And this particular one's kind of a pain because it doesn't stick out far enough, but most of them do. And you just righty tighty, lefty loosey, like you would everything else. And you tighten it until it stops, and then you go quarter turn more. Okay, it's same thing on the wall side. You don't Teflon the wall side because of that gasket in there. You turn the water on, and then what you do is you take your finger. You gotta make sure your hands are dry, because if you're changing them out, your hands are gonna be wet. So dry off your hands. Dry off down here. And then you take your finger and you go under here like this. If your finger's wet, it's not tight enough. Another quarter turn. Dry it off, test it. Do it again. Same thing on the wall side. I have been across a lot of them that use the Teflon. I've seen them drip down the back. You use Teflon where you're not supposed to, it can actually cause it to leak. But if it's dripping, there's a couple things. Either the washer's bad, not the clothes washer, the washer inside the hose is bad. Most likely it's just not tight enough. The washers are super cheap. I bought 100 of them for like $2 like 10 years ago, and I haven't used them all yet. If it's leaking out here where my finger is, so not here underneath, but here on the hose is bad. You have to replace the hose. There's not you can't get it tight enough, and you can't put enough Teflon on there to do it anyways. The hose is bad. Take the time, check your hoses. If your washer's over 5 years old, there's a good chance you need to replace your hoses. If you don't, then just keep that in mind. Another tip, when you leave town on vacation, shut the water to your house off, because 9 times out of 10, when this thing blows, no one's home. All right, we had to switch cameras because the phone overheated. That's a 5-minute fix that can save you tens of thousands of dollars in water damage. This customer that I had was lucky that a service call prompted that repair. These braided steel lines come in dishwasher hoses, ice maker or your fridge, water to your fridge hoses. We have them on those too. Potentially when those go bad, you don't notice for a long time because usually it's a pinhole that goes all over and you don't notice until your floor is bad. Go through your water hoses, change them out to the braided steel. You can call someone to do it. It's not terribly expensive if you can't do it yourself, but it's a 5-minute fix and the hoses are like $20. Why wouldn't you do it if you haven't already done it? Just something to think about in the future as you go through doing your maintenance on your home. So thanks for watching, and remember, learn more, do more, and be ready. We'll catch you next time.